everybody. This is Lourdes Cadena with Keller Williams Realty in Houston Group, and I am here with my friend Nick Davis with RYP Insurance. Reclaim your premium.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Hi, Nick. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and why you got into health insurance?
Absolutely, I'd love to. So I've had multiple careers over the past. It ranges, honestly. It ranges from, running a skate shop to running a skateboard shop to, being basically a dance instructor, dancing people from every continent on the planet and swing dancing. That was lots of fun.
Wow.
Through, being a musician, touring shows, albums, to, working at a rental car facility, to even running a bicycle shop. And my latest gig was in engineering, which is very interesting, breaking things for a living, which is just, who wouldn't want to do that? You know what I mean?
Right.
But really what got me thinking about health insurance is when I got laid off from my engineering job, right? As I know, so many people who have seen this have been laid off at some point in time, and my heart goes out to you guys, right? The deal is, I had all my eggs in one basket, right? Here I am, a dad with triplets, just got laid off, and I'm like, what in the snot am I gonna do, right? So my company gave me this Cobra deal, and Cobra is just completely bananas. It was very, very, very expensive. There's no way I could have afforded that on my unemployment or anything like that, And so it was like, man, what am I gonna do, And so I thought about all my previous experience and how I've had a really kind of a global reach. And I'm like, man, there's got to be something I can do, out there. And when I was job searching, what I didn't realize when I was job searching is the market was shrinking because, all that stuff's happening overseas with COVID and stuff. And so I was like, man, what do I do? How do I, and now we would say, how do I pivot out of this situation? But, back then I was like, oh, how do I, fix this? And so then when I thought about it and I got my kids, covered, under estate plan, I just kept going and thinking, and I was like, when I took a look at the marketplace, I was like, man, there's so many choices. There's like, what's this deductible mean? What's this HMO mean? What's this EPO mean? What does all this stuff mean? And I had so many questions, right? As I'm sure most people do. And then, so I thought about it and I was like, you know what, honestly, if I have this many questions, I'm certain that other people have the same amount of questions. There's no way, right? And so what I did is I took it upon myself to take the last bit of my money that I had saved up from unemployment and stuff and put it into state and licensing fees, right? I got licensed, certified, and appointed, and then I started learning a lot, right? And what I learned was nothing short of incredibly eye-opening, basically. And so now I get to help others with the knowledge that I've gained and being a health insurance advisor, and I can help them navigate through this health insurance stuff. Because legit, who really enjoys talking about health insurance except for people like me? So if I can make it quick, easy, simple, and lovely, then it's much, much, much easier to digest, so to speak.
Wow, Nick, that is a story. You have done pretty much it all, huh?
Well, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
And I love it that you're actually coming from contribution and trying to help people navigate a place that you have experienced yourself. And you're talking about Cobra, and actually brings me back to when I had to be on Cobra as well when I got laid off a lot earlier. And wow, that is so expensive. It was very expensive back then. I can only imagine how expensive it is now. So why don't you tell us who can benefit the most besides people who obviously have been laid off and they're looking into that? Who else can benefit from a chat with you?
I think probably outside of individuals, that have been laid off, I would say definitely solopreneurs and entrepreneurs, people starting their first business. I've met a whole just slew of people in my networking adventures that are like, hey, I was doing accounting with this big, huge firm, or hey, I was doing bookkeeping with this huge firm, and now I'm going to do a virtual accountant or a virtual bookkeeper. And they're like, oh man, but now I don't have my company insurance.
Right.
That happens all the time, right? Self-starters, and then also, contract employees like myself. I'm a 1099 guy, right? And, that means my employer is not paying for my health insurance. So if your employer is not paying for your health insurance and you have to provide that, that's where I come in, right? And also too, for those employers out there, I work with a lot of companies like mom and pop shops, maybe 10, 15 employees tops, give or take. I've got a lot of experience with that and in bringing health insurance benefits to your company so that you can position yourself to be more aggressive in this current market that we have, where so many employers are kind of ditching health insurance, honestly. And so I can help an employer get back in, the good light to say, hey man, hey, you should stay working here and not leave anywhere because I have awesome health insurance.
That is fantastic. That is fantastic. That all that you can do for so many people, and it doesn't hurt, right, for them to contact you. So why don't you tell us now, what's new, what's coming around the corner in the world of health insurance?
Right on. So in the world of health insurance right now, open enrollment is definitely a thing, right? November 1st through December 31st, give or take, that's going to be open enrollment. That's that time where, if you're with a big, huge company of over 50 people, you're picking your benefits for the next upcoming year. And if you're not in a company with over 50 people, you're like, oh, snot, what do I do with my health insurance? There's a lot of stuff going on right now in the marketplace specifically that is really, really, really intense. So a lot of these annual notices of changes are going out right now. They should be going out, between last week, I think, is when they started mailing most of those out, and they're just kind of trickling out. And those rates are going to go up so much because of COVID and everything like that. In some cases, they can go up to like 50 to 60% more than what you've anticipated to pay just for next year. Over the past few years, the deductibles have even gone up from $3,000 to $5,000 to $8,150. And we're forecasting in 2021, it might even be as close as $10K for deductible, which is bananas, right? So I can help people get out of that rat race, essentially, of like, man, what do I find? What's this? What's that? I can help get people off of HMO plans, which stands for Health Maintenance Organization, which is, you're very, very, very controlled on who you can and cannot go see, essentially. I can get people set up with a PPO plan, preferred provider option, that you can go to any hospital, any doctor, and the whole United States unrestricted. That is so huge.
Wow.
So huge. So huge. And so that's what I can provide individuals. And also too, because I was talking about the marketplace for a good bit, I'm actually not affiliated with the marketplace at all. So I'm completely separate of that, which is why all of my clients are protected from those super, super high rate increases.
Oh, well, that's good news. I mean, I really don't know why anybody would not call you and just inquire to see, hey, first of all, can you help? And then how could you help? How much can we save at no cost at all? How do you meet with people right now during COVID season? Do they meet you at your office? Do they call you and have a meeting over the phone? Do you just Zoom?
Actually, all of the above. We've had people come into the office. I think the winner right now, if I had to pick like who does the most, which one communicating, is definitely Zoom. I've been Zooming a lot, just as like so many other individuals out there have been right now. And so I can definitely help out individuals through Zoom. You can also give me a phone call or come into the office, but definitely Zoom's a lot of fun.
Okay, and I see over here you have a way that somebody could just schedule with you online. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yeah. I use a scheduling service called Calendly, and it's right down there on the screen. So if you type that into your browser, calendly.com/reclaim your premium, that's going to go directly to my calendar, and it's going to show you only available open times that I have on my calendar. So that way you can find a time. You don't have to worry about trying to find something that works with me. Like, just say, hey, you know what works best for me, right? What works best for the person scheduling the event? And you can go there and be like, you know what? Yeah, it's not. I got some time at 2:30. Let's do this, right? And just put yourself in there.
And just to be on the safe side, when is the time that they should call before when, if they're working for a big company and they have insurance through there?
Yeah.
When it's too late? I guess that's the question.
Oh, when it's too late?
Yeah.
That's actually a very good question. So normally this is very important information. So normally you would only be able to register for new health insurance between November 1st and December 31st,
Okay.
right? However, because once again, earlier, like I said, I'm not associated with the marketplace. Open enrollment is 7 days a week, 365 days a year with me, which is pretty cool. So if you miss open enrollment, don't freak out. I got you covered, right?
That's fantastic. That's really good. That's really good news. So if for some reason they do miss open enrollment and they're not ready, or they just kind of, whatever the reason, they can call you in January and they can still be taken care of by you.
100%. Absolutely.
That is great. Well, thank you so much, Nick. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us about what you do and how you actually got to love helping people with health insurance. And thank you guys for watching another video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. And if you have any questions about Realty in Houston, be sure to give me a call at 281-723-0068. Don't forget to download my app at zip77.com. Thanks again, Nick, and thanks again, everybody, and I hope to see you soon.
No worries. Thanks. Bye-bye.